I took the morning off to surprise my wife. Stopped at her favorite bakery, got fresh croissants, the expensive coffee she loves, even picked up flowers. I was going to be the romantic husband, the one who still tries after 8 years of marriage. I unlocked the front door quietly, didn't want to wake her. The house was silent, perfect. I arranged everything on a tray, croissants, coffee, orange juice in the fancy glasses we got as wedding gifts, walked up the stairs, smiling like an idiot, thinking about how her face would light up, pushed open the bedroom door. She was alone, still asleep, hair spread across the pillow. I set the tray on the dresser, about to wake her, when I noticed something on the nightstand. 2 wine glasses, both empty, both with lipstick marks. My wife doesn't wear lipstick to bed. I looked closer. One glass had her shade, that deep red she always wears. The other had a different color, darker, almost burgundy. My stomach dropped. Then I saw it, draped over the chair in the corner, a men's tie. Navy blue, silk, designer label I didn't recognize. I don't own a navy tie. I don't own silk ties. I stood there, breakfast tray in my hands, flowers wilting, staring at evidence of something I couldn't unsee. That's when she stirred, opened her eyes, saw me standing there, and for just a split second before she could control it, I saw panic flash across her face. "Marcus," she said, sitting up fast, "what are you doing home?" I didn't answer. I just pointed at the nightstand. "Whose tie is that, Rachel?" If you want to know what she said next and what I found when I checked the security cameras I'd installed last month, hit subscribe, because that tie wasn't the worst thing I discovered. My name is Marcus Webb. I'm 38 years old, and I live in Austin, Texas. I'm a software engineer. I work from home most days, but I've got an office downtown for when I need to actually be around people. My wife, Rachel, is a real estate agent. High-end properties, luxury homes, clients with more money than sense. She's good at it, really good. Last year, she closed $4.2 million in sales, made almost $200,000 in commissions. I was proud of her. I bragged about her to my friends. My wife's crushing it. She's a powerhouse. And she was. Beautiful, confident, driven, the kind of woman who walks into a room and everyone notices. We met 9 years ago at a tech conference. She was working the real estate booth, some luxury condo development looking for investors. I wasn't an investor. I was just a guy who wrote code and lived in a 1-bedroom apartment. But she smiled at me, actually talked to me, gave me her card. "Call me if you ever want to see some properties," she said. I called her that night, not about properties, just to talk. We got married a year later. For the first few years, everything was good. We bought a house in Westlake, 4 bedrooms, pool, hill country views.
She decorated it like something out of a magazine. I built a home office with 3 monitors and enough processing power to run a small country. We had date nights, weekend trips, inside jokes. We were that couple, the one other people envied. But somewhere around year 6, things shifted. She started working later. More showings, more client dinners, more networking events. "It's the business," she'd say. "You have to be available when clients need you." I got it. I worked weird hours too. Sometimes I'd code until 3 a.m. because that's when the ideas flowed. So I didn't question it. I trusted her. The first crack appeared about 6 months ago. I was doing laundry, something I rarely did, but Rachel had been swamped and I was trying to help. I found a receipt in her jacket pocket. Hotel Ella, downtown Austin, $347. I stared at it, confused. Hotel Ella was a boutique hotel, expensive, romantic. Why would Rachel need a hotel room in the city where we lived? I asked her about it that night. "Oh," she said, barely looking up from her phone. "That was for the Hendersons. I booked them a room while their house was being staged." "You paid for it?" "I expensed it to them. It's fine." She said it so casually, so confidently that I believed her, but something about it stuck with me. A month later, I found another receipt. This time a restaurant I'd never heard of. $280 for dinner. Client dinner, big investor from California. $280? He ordered the expensive wine. She kissed my cheek. Don't worry, it's all tax deductible. Again, I let it go, but I started noticing patterns. Late nights, new perfume, a sudden interest in going to the gym at 6 a.m. She bought new lingerie, expensive stuff, lace and silk. I thought it was for me, until I realized she never wore it around me. 2 months ago, I did something I'm not proud of. I checked her phone. She was in the shower. Her phone was on the nightstand, unlocked. I picked it up, heart pounding, telling myself I was being paranoid. I opened her messages. Most of it was normal. Clients, friends, her mom. But there was one thread that made my blood run cold. A contact saved as D. Just the letter D. I opened it. Last night was incredible. I can't stop thinking about you. When can I see you again? My hands started shaking. I scrolled up. Weeks of messages. Months. He's working late again. Come over at 8. I booked us a room, same place. I love you. I love you. 3 words that weren't meant for me. I heard the shower turn off. I put the phone back exactly where it was and walked out of the room. I went downstairs, sat on the couch, and stared at the wall. My wife was cheating on me. Not a one-time mistake, not a drunken slip, a full-blown affair with someone she loved. I should have confronted her right then, but I didn't, because I needed to know more. I needed to know who. I needed to know how long. I needed to know if there was any part of my marriage left worth saving.
So I did what any software engineer would do. I started gathering data. First, I installed security cameras. I told Rachel they were for home security. There's been a string of break-ins in the neighborhood, I said. She barely looked up from her phone. Sure, whatever. I installed 4 cameras. Front door, back door, living room, and one in the hallway upstairs. Not in the bedroom. I'm not a monster, but close enough. Then I set up cloud storage. Everything recorded, backed up, time-stamped. I didn't know what I was looking for, but I knew I'd recognize it when I saw it. I also started tracking her location. We had a shared family plan with location sharing, something we'd set up years ago for convenience. She'd never turned it off, so I started watching. Most days her location matched her calendar, showings, open houses, office meetings. But some days it didn't. Like the Tuesday she said she had a showing in Dripping Springs. Her location showed her at Hotel Ella for 3 hours. Or the Thursday she said she was at a networking event. Her location showed her at a condo downtown, not one of her listings. I looked up the address. It belonged to a man named Derek Castellano. I did what any paranoid husband would do. I Googled him. Derek Castellano, 42 years old, investment banker, divorced. His LinkedIn showed him smiling in a suit that probably cost more than my car. His Instagram was private, but his profile picture showed him on a yacht. Of course it did. I stared at his face and felt something dark twist in my chest. This was the man my wife was sleeping with. This was D. For 2 weeks, I watched. I documented. I said nothing. I went to work. I came home. I kissed my wife goodnight. And I built a case. Screenshots of messages, location data, receipts. I even pulled our credit card statements, hotel charges, restaurant bills, a weekend trip to Fredericksburg I knew nothing about. She'd used our joint account for all of it. She was financing her affair with our money. Then came the morning that broke me. I'd been working late the night before, fell asleep at my desk, woke up at 6 a.m. with a stiff neck and a brilliant idea for a code fix. I decided to take the morning off, surprise Rachel with breakfast, be the good husband, the one who still tries. I stopped at Walton's Fancy and Staple, her favorite bakery, got croissants, fancy coffee, fresh squeezed orange juice. I even bought flowers, peonies, her favorite. I drove home smiling like an idiot, thinking maybe this would be a turning point. Maybe if I tried harder, she'd remember why she married me. I unlocked the front door quietly. The house was silent. Perfect. I arranged everything on a tray, made it look nice, Instagram-worthy even. Then I walked upstairs, careful not to make noise. Pushed open the bedroom door. Rachel was alone, asleep, hair spread across the pillow. For a second, I felt relief. See, I told myself, you're paranoid. She's just tired. I set the tray on the dresser, about to wake her.
That's when I saw them. 2 wine glasses on the nightstand, both empty, both with lipstick marks. One was Rachel's shade, deep red, the kind she wore every day. The other was different, darker, burgundy. My brain tried to make sense of it. Maybe she had a friend over? But at what time? I'd left for the office at 8 p.m. last night. It was 6:30 a.m. now. Then I saw the tie, draped over the chair in the corner. Navy blue, silk, designer label I didn't recognize. I don't own a navy tie. I don't own silk ties. I stood there, breakfast tray in my hands, flowers wilting, staring at evidence I couldn't deny. Rachel stirred, opened her eyes, saw me standing there, and for just a split second before she could control it, I saw panic, pure, undeniable panic. Then it was gone, replaced by confusion. "Marcus?" She sat up fast. "What are you doing home?" I didn't answer. I just pointed at the nightstand. "Whose tie is that, Rachel?" Her eyes flicked to the chair, then back to me. "What?" "The tie, the wine glasses. Whose are they?" She looked at the glasses like she was seeing them for the first time. "Oh, I had a friend over last night." "A friend?" "Yeah, Jessica, from work. We had wine and talked. She must have left her glass." "Jessica wears burgundy lipstick?" I don't know. Maybe?" "And the tie?" She hesitated, just for a second. "I don't know. Maybe it's yours?" "It's not mine." "Then, I don't know, Marcus. Maybe it's been there for a while. Maybe the dry cleaner mixed up our order." She was scrambling, throwing out explanations that didn't fit, and I just stood there, watching her lie to my face. "Get out," I said quietly. "What?" "Get out." "Marcus, you're being ridiculous." "I installed security cameras last month. I've been watching the footage." Her face went white. "You, what?" "I know about Derek." The name hit her like a slap. She opened her mouth, closed it. "Marcus, get out of my house." "This is our house. Get out!" I didn't yell often. Maybe that's why it worked. She grabbed her phone, threw on a robe, and left. I heard the front door slam. Then I was alone. In my bedroom, with 2 wine glasses, a tie that wasn't mine, and a breakfast tray full of food no one would eat. I sat on the edge of the bed and pulled out my phone, opened the security camera app, scrolled back to last night, 9:47 p.m. The front door opened. Rachel walked in. She wasn't alone. A man followed her, tall, well-dressed, confident. Derek. They were laughing. His hand was on her lower back. They walked upstairs. The hallway camera caught them going into the bedroom. The door closed. I fast-forwarded. 11:23 p.m. The bedroom door opened. Derek walked out, adjusting his tie. Rachel followed him downstairs. They kissed at the front door. Long,
slow, intimate.
Then he left. She went back upstairs. I watched her walk into the bedroom, pick up the wine glasses, and set them on the nightstand. She didn't clean them up. She just left them there, like she didn't care if I saw, or maybe she didn't think I'd be home. I saved the footage, backed it up to 3 different cloud accounts. Then I called a lawyer. His name was Richard Moss, divorce attorney, came highly recommended. I need to file for divorce, I told him. Okay, tell me what's going on. I told him everything. The messages, the location data, the receipts, the security footage. He listened without interrupting. When I finished, he leaned back in his chair. You've got a strong case. Adultery, financial infidelity. She used marital funds for the affair. That's going to matter. Good. But there's something you should know. Texas is a community property state. Generally, everything acquired during the marriage gets split 50-50. My stomach dropped. Even if she cheated? Adultery can affect the division, but it's not automatic. We'll need to prove she wasted marital assets on the affair. The hotel charges, the dinners, that helps. What about the house? Depends. Is it in both names? Yes. Then it's marital property. She's entitled to half the equity. I thought about the house, the one I'd saved for, the one I'd put the down payment on. What if I can prove she's been lying about her income? Richard raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? She's a real estate agent. She gets paid in commissions, cash deals, under-the-table bonuses. I think she's been hiding money. Can you prove it? I can try. He smiled. Then let's try. I went home and did what I do best. I dug into data. I pulled up Rachel's bank statements, her business accounts, her tax returns, and I started finding discrepancies. Deposits that didn't match her reported income, cash withdrawals with no explanation, a separate savings account I didn't know existed. She'd been skimming, hiding money from me, probably planning her exit for months. I documented everything, built spreadsheets, cross-referenced dates. By the time I was done, I had proof that Rachel had hidden over $80,000. I filed for divorce the next day. Rachel got served at work in front of her colleagues. She called me furious. "You had me served at my office?" "I had an affair in my house," I said calmly. "I think we're even." "Marcus, we need to talk." "Talk to my lawyer." I hung up. The next few weeks were hell. Rachel hired her own attorney, a shark named Vanessa Price. They came out swinging, demanded half of everything, the house, the cars, my retirement accounts. They claimed I was financially controlling, that I'd isolated her, that I'd driven her into the arms of another man. It was a performance, a carefully crafted narrative, and it might have worked if I hadn't had evidence. The first settlement meeting was tense. Rachel sat across from me, arms crossed, face hard. Vanessa started with her pitch. "My client has been the primary earner in this marriage." "That's not true," Richard interrupted. "Mr. Webb earns $180,000 annually. Mrs. Webb reported $120,000 last year. Her income fluctuates, and she's been hiding assets." Richard slid a folder across the table. Bank statements showing $80,000 in undisclosed accounts.
Vanessa's face tightened. She opened the folder, started reading. Rachel's face went pale. "This is fraud," Richard finished. "Financial infidelity. She's been hiding money while using marital funds to finance an affair." He slid another folder. "Hotel receipts, restaurant bills, all charged to their joint credit card, all during her relationship with Derek Castellano." Vanessa looked at Rachel. "Is this true?" Rachel didn't answer. "We also have security footage," Richard continued, "showing Mr. Castellano entering and leaving the marital home on multiple occasions." He pulled out a USB drive. "Would you like to see it?" Vanessa held up a hand. "That won't be necessary." She closed the folders, looked at Rachel. "We need to talk, privately." They stepped out of the room. I sat there with Richard, heart pounding. "How'd I do?" he asked. "You're a killer," I said. He smiled. "I'm thorough." 20 minutes later, they came back. Vanessa's energy had completely changed. "We'd like to propose a revised settlement." Richard nodded. "I'm listening." "Mrs. Webb keeps her car and her business assets. Mr. Webb keeps his car, his retirement accounts, and the house." "And the hidden $80,000? Richard asked. Vanessa hesitated. "She'll disclose it. It will be split." 50-50? "Yes." Richard looked at me. I nodded. "One more thing," Richard said. "Mr. Webb wants a non-disparagement clause. Mrs. Webb agrees not to make false statements about him publicly or professionally." Vanessa looked at Rachel. Rachel nodded, jaw tight. "Fine." The divorce was finalized 6 weeks later. I kept the house, my retirement, my dignity. Rachel kept her car, her business, and her shame. The $80,000 got split. I used my half to renovate the house. New paint, new furniture. Erased every trace of her. 3 months after the divorce, I was at a coffee shop downtown when I saw him. Derek Castellano. He was alone, on his phone, looking stressed. I almost walked past, but something made me stop. "Derek?" He looked up, confused. "Yeah?" "I'm Marcus, Rachel's ex-husband." His face went white. "I just wanted to say thank you." "What?" "You did me a favor, showed me who she really was, saved me years of wasted time." I held out my hand. He stared at it like it might bite him. Then, slowly, he shook it. "For what it's worth," he said quietly, "she did the same thing to me." "What?" "She's engaged to some guy she met 2 weeks after your divorce." I laughed. Actually laughed. Good luck to him. Derek smiled. Sad, but real. "Yeah, good luck." I walked out of that coffee shop feeling lighter than I had in months. Rachel wasn't my problem anymore. She was someone else's, and I was free. 6 months later, I met someone new. Her name is Claire. She's a teacher. She has no idea what a real estate commission is, and she doesn't care. She laughs at my bad jokes. She watches sci-fi movies with me. She doesn't wear lipstick to bed. We take things slow. No rush. No games. Just honesty. And that's all I ever wanted. I still live in the house, the one I fought for, but it doesn't feel like Rachel's house anymore. It feels like mine. I repainted the bedroom, got rid of the old furniture, bought new sheets. The security cameras are still there, but now they just catch me coming and going, living my life, the life I almost lost. If you've ever walked into a room and found evidence of betrayal, if you've ever had to choose between confrontation and documentation, if you've ever rebuilt your life from the foundation up, this one's for you. Comment "I rebuilt" if this story hit home. Hit subscribe for more stories about the quiet strength it takes to walk away from someone who stopped choosing you. Because the best revenge isn't confrontation. It's building a life so good they become irrelevant.